Hello and welcome to the Jamm On podcast. I'm James Lestrange and I'm joined by my co-host
Andy McCarroll.
Your one-stop shop, everything you want to know, movies, TV, pop culture. We got the whole lot right here. First issue of today, all the latest news from comics, movies, TV, the whole lot. What have you got, Andy? What's up first?
Well, first off, Michael Keaton has confirmed to be cast in Spider-Man.
I like him for Osborn. I like him straight up. I don't know what
Jameson, I'm thinking. I think he's probably going to be the Vulture, but I'd love to see him as James. He's the one person I could see actually doing it as good as the last guy whose name I can't remember now. J. Simmons.
He's really specific. He's really like, I don't like that look. It doesn't look like, Toombs looked like a vulture. He was like Mr. Burns look off him. I don't know how you do
Larry David.
I can't see him jumping around.
Yeah, I'd like to see Larry David spend 16 hours in a fucking CGI suit.
Yeah, I can't see him doing it. I don't know who else I like for it though. He has to have that look. Like Mark Strong-ish, but...
Mark Strong does nothing like him at all.
But that kind of like the nose, bald head, but you'd have to be like someone that could take on Spider-Man. I don't know who. Like someone has to be physically capable,
Jameson doesn't physically take on Spider-Man.
Who?
Jameson. Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Vulture.
Oh, okay. No, it's fucking can't see where the fuck is Jameson taking the shit out of Spider-Man.
No, I'm talking about the Vulture. I don't know who I'd have. But I wouldn't put him down as the best villain. I think they need to go somewhere else.
But they kind of need to do someone that they haven't done before. If I swear to God, I don't want to see fucking Osborn or Green Goblins ever again.
True. But you got other, like Carnage or...
Carnage is just Venom though,
yeah,
and they're kind of keeping Venom for that film that's never going to be made.
Yeah, they're hanging on to that Venom film, wasn't it? Yeah. I think they're going to be done. But
fucking Topher Grace hanging by the phone, waiting on that. He ended up shaking his dial. No, it's on.
I don't know who you could have in it, but it's a tough call.
Mysterio.
I'd like to see Mysterio done.
You just want to see Guardian Devil.
I want to see Guardian Devil done properly. I just want to see that as a standalone movie. I'd need to see that, yeah. But I don't know who you could have in as. Keaton though, I like him. I think he's alright. He's pretty funny, so I probably would go that route with him as opposed to giving him a villain character.
Do you think Vulture? I don't think Vulture is good enough for a film on his own. Like I don't see him. Like no. I know all the Spider-Man films. You say, why is there 5
two villains in it? There'll be 2 villains.
Who would you go for the second one?
I don't know who's left. It's interesting. I feel like they're all just shades of the same.
Shocker.
Yeah. I don't know. The problem is, it doesn't matter because they use the same formula for every movie nearly. Like, when they're walking through that room in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, I think, and you see all the shit on the walls, I was like, same movie. Yeah. All of them are lit in the like same.
He's got to be involved in some way with Toombs. He's going to be his fucking stew. I'd love it to just say, I have absolutely no connection to this person. I don't know who the fuck he is.
I really struggle. But I struggle with Spider-Man generally, I think. Like, I watch the movies, but I wouldn't be as excited for them as I was. But that's mainly because I'm not in that place where Spider-Man's relevant to me anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. When you're a kid at that age, like I don't have that. Like He
was the best thing in Civil War though. I thought that kid absolutely. Like that's the one I wanted. I wanted the one from the TV show where fucking. I just want that line. I'll track you to the end of the earth, shocker. Just do that. I don't care if the whole film is fucking atrocious. They have that terrible line.
He sold that cartoon though. Fuck me. Yeah. He earned that paycheck, every penny, every fucking penny. Can I curse on this?
Absolutely,
okay? Yeah. All right.
That's too late now.
Since we started, I've had this like overwhelming just to like eat those fucking crisps as loud as I can and just curse constantly on this.
Well, don't eat the crisps, but you can curse.
Yeah,
because I don't know how to edit, so.
It's professional, isn't it? No. But I can drink though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can drink. That's fine. That's all right. Yeah. But what were we saying? Where are we at?
Toombs.
No, it wasn't. It was Shocker. We're talking about Shocker.
Yeah, they're not going to do Shocker because that just makes me too happy. They've already made a Balls of Rhino. How do you make a Balls of Rhino with Paul Giamatti?
I know, yeah. It's fucked up. I don't know how they do that. But I don't know if I care enough about another Spider-Man villain. I can't, like, what? Because he only has, like, 2 people.
He's the best villain. What about there's rumours as well Kingpin's going to be in it from Daredevil?
I heard that too, yeah. Never going to happen, though. They won't cross out. Because if they start that, they're going to have to continue it, and they've said, Kevin Feige said recently that he's not crossing over the universes. They plan the movie universes
separately. They started about
2 years earlier, so they can't keep up. That's why Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is like trying to keep up with movies now. It just has to change its plot to suit whatever's happening in the movies. But
they've kind of done that. It was still terrible, but they've kind of taken that out of it now, where they're not tied to shit. Now Hydra's gone. Or
yeah, I don't know. And they're not going to stick with them anymore.
I don't think.
Have they ever addressed the Colson issue, or no? They just forgot about that.
Yeah, they did. He was brought back to life through robots, and it was like they kept talking about. It's a fucking.
Did the Avengers know though?
The Avengers still don't know. And I remember Joss Whedon saying it around the time of Ultron. He was like, "Oh no, in my universe, Coulson's still dead."
Yeah.
Because it just diminishes everything.
Yeah.
And then he killed off fucking.
He's a key part of that movie, that Avengers movie. Like they brought him in specifically for that role, and to just completely negate it for a TV series.
There's no consequence with that. Like it's the same with the X-Men films as well, where it's just like kill everyone off, but it doesn't matter. They'll be back in through time travel or alternate universe and things, and there's no consequences with that.
But the thing is though, with X-Men it doesn't affect what continues after it, because they just constantly change it. But with Avengers, it's the narrative is linear, so they never jump back and forth with that. So when something affects change in that universe, it has to stand for it, because it's going they're going to use that as the basis to build everything else on. But like the X-Men negate shit after the next movie, so they kind of give up on it anyway. But I don't know if it matters that way. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's like that kind of the Abrams Star Trek thing, where it's Wrath of Khan, but it's reversed, because we jump to the timeline, and here's old Spock, and here's new Spock, and here's Wolverine, but Wolverine's different because we've seen him 2 films ago. Like, just fucking pick a topic. It's the type what we talked about earlier.
I want to talk about that later at some stage too. Actually, I want to talk about the new Wolverine stuff. We have a bit to talk about on that.
Yeah, it's like Time Cop. The way like he's in the car and then he jumps and then he's not in the car and then he comes back and you're like, right, I don't mind if you come up with a ridiculous set of rules like a fucking time travel DeLorean, but okay, if you're establishing a rule, this is what we need to do this, that's fine. But don't start flipping back and forth and say, oh, he exists in this one, but he doesn't exist in that timeline. But this is kind of
I struggle with that. I struggle with issues in that. Like, it's harder in some movies. Like, is it Terminator or is it which?
Oh, don't talk about Terminator ever again.
But I struggle with science in movies. If it doesn't sit right, I can't handle it. It is that thing. I can believe there's magic hammers and Iron Man suits and stuff, but if people have ridiculous powers for no reason that I can't understand or explain, like Scarlet Witch, really struggle with that character in that.
She's got floopy hands.
But what is her power?
Telekinesis? Witch powers?
Yeah, just witch powers in general.
She's Jean Grey.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
she has all the powers, but she can't control them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's ridiculous, but I really struggle with movie science. I think a bit. Spider-Man is another key example of that, actually. Like spinning around on the webs and stuff.
What's wrong with
that? It's stupid shit they do. It's like being able to jump while in midair. I struggle with that. Sometimes he'll jump and then he'll give himself a little body kick, you know what I mean, and he just makes it extra few feet further. But I struggle with little things like that.
Can spiders not do that?
No, can't do
spiders
that.
Can jump.
Nothing.
I've seen spiders jump.
There's nothing that can do that. You need
Google jumping spiders.
You can't double jump.
Give us nightmares for the rest of our goddamn lives.
You can't double jump. Yeah, well, like that was the other thing. All of that kind of stuff, I struggle with that. Doctor Doom's powers really annoys me. I don't understand it. Yeah, and even Ultron. All these different lasers that he fires and stuff like that, when they because they have no weight or effect, it's hard to know what they do. Shit just blows that way. We're far away from you, and it doesn't.
But that's like force, right? Like Cyclops is. You haven't seen X-Men Apocalypse, have you?
Not yet. No.
Of course not. Do your research. You're consummate fucking professional.
Like, I'm a life, Andy.
Not really, no. But they do that. Like Scott's eyes are always force beams, and there's scenes in where it's fire.
Yeah, I don't understand it, because you can cut things in half with it, but it's supposed to just push it away. I don't understand, but that kind of stuff as well. But I really need proper science.
Speaking of proper science, Thor Ragnarok is quietly getting the best fucking cast of all time. Jeff Goldblum, Kate Blanchett, Karl Urban.
I struggled with the second one. Out of all the Marvel movies, I think it's probably the weakest. Do you know what I mean? And there's not some great ones in there either. Like, I would probably watch The Incredible Hulk more than I'd watch.
What's wrong with The Incredible Hulk?
No, but it didn't do well considered to in the overall kind of level of it. But
I like that fucking Thunderbolt Ross conveniently kept that out. Oh, here's Sokovia, here's New York. I was like, what about Harlem, mate? No footage on Harlem here. Sorry, didn't love the BLC foot. Like your last solution was, let's pump this clearly crazy fucking soldier lunatic full of like super soldier serum and just set him out in the world to fight a green monster. As military strategies go, it's not the soundest.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like anyone who's talked to Tim Roth for 2 seconds in that film, go, he's a lunatic.
Yeah.
You can't be pumping him full of fucking super serum. Like, he's gonna go mad.
He looks dangerous. He looks like stab you in the back kind of character. In that
he just
movie.
looks like a rodent. Like if I was casting a rodent, I'd like, well, Tim Roth is like, he's got some rodent in there somewhere. Like he's feral. Like I wouldn't fancy fighting Tim Roth. I'd say he's bite the shit out of you.
That spine, I didn't even believe that when you see that where his spine reacts, like starts moving. I was thinking that was probably just Tim Roth's spine.
Yeah. Just arching his back and just some weird fucking attack yoga.
I know, but I like that movie, but it didn't do great considering like the Marvel Universe kind of level. But
one thing
I'd like that would be me thing. I would watch. That would be one of the weaker ones besides. But I would not. Thor,
I love how they done the origin in that though. In Hulk, the way it was like it wasn't, fucking 50 minutes of it was just like 30 seconds, didn't even see half of it, like you just fucking getting a slap in the face and
not a lot of dialogue, just people walking into rooms then our rooms. That was it. They expressed the whole origin story, people just opening doors, looking at each other and then walking back out. Cool. It is, he walks into the lab, she looks through the glass. He walks out of the lab after the explosion, I think, and then
he pushes Ross
opens his office, and then it's everyone just opening doors into rooms.
And then he's a broken arm. He's like, he's broken. Yeah, actually, that's pretty good.
I believe that. They did the whole.
We should have done the whole origin of Hulk.
People pushing each other out of rooms. It was all of that. Like,
I'd like to see that as like a play.
I know. But I understood everything. I understood it all. But when compared to the Dark World, like it's like it's at the higher end. But I don't know. That movie was fucking lazy. Just really boring,
Very quickly, who's the baddie in Thor: The Dark World?
Doctor Who, I think.
What's his name in it?
I know it. I actually know it. It's Malekith. But I know that.
I just keep thinking Maliki. Some like culty dad who's the fucking baddie.
I think I only know that from like the comics. Then I don't know.
They don't do baddies well at all, apart from Loki, who they've turned into some sort of teenage bleeding wet dream.
Yeah. It's a lot to ask, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can believe Iron Man and technology stuff. You can Captain America, you can do Hulk, you can do, but it is a hard sell as a character. Thor. It's like unless you do it as like Brandon did, like as a joke, you can't. You take that movie seriously for a second, and it's like it's cosplay at a green screen. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't look like it has any.
Do you think they should have done the Donald Blake thing where he turns into Thor? I thought that would have been more ridiculous.
I like the Donald Blake stuff, but there's a good book about that where like Donald Blake is in it. He's a doctor working for like medicine across borders, that kind of thing. And he's like working in Uganda and places like that. And every so often he has to use like the Thor powers, you know what I mean? But it's like him in a war zone in Central Africa as Thor, just knocking the shit out of like rebel soldiers and stuff like that. But it has all like, it's really grounded in, they ground that book in real world. Like he lives in a small town in the Midwest in this like desert town, like Roswell looking place. But they did it all really grounded, but it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's like the mentalness of Thor cast behind really like mundane scenes are really kind of human scenes that you'd see on like the news and stuff like that. It had that great contrast between it. But when you just start going like full Thor mode, where he's like on Svartalfheim and Vanaheim.
Svartalfheim and Vanaheim.
These are fucking places you can
seriously
Google it. But like when he's in all these other fucking realms and shit like that, and it's the jargon gets intense and it's layered, and fucking Idris Elba is on the Rainbow Bridge, and it's and you start taking it seriously on top of that, you're going to have problems. Do you know what I mean?
I thought the first one got a nice mix of the kind of...
Because do you know what? They used that formula of the... it was the Oliver Copley was the artist who did it. Michael Straczynski. You know that? He wrote Thor 1.
And the Babylon 5 as well,
didn't he? The Babylon 5. I did like... that Angelina Jolie movie where a kid goes missing. He writes like tons of movies.
A fucking Changeling... Or Channeling?
That's the one. Yeah,
he wrote that.
Yeah, I think he wrote that. And he did like Superman. He does a lot of Superman books.
But he done that Earth 1, didn't he?
I
just remember that
that's one of the best. Well, there's other ones, but
the review on the back of it was a superhero meets Twilight, and I was like, wait, is this a good review or a bad review?
I was really good. I like that book a lot. But he's able to ground crazy shit in the real world really well, And I think Thor, like, It's like, we could just go fucking full Thor on this. You know what I mean?
Full Thor. The queen unit of measurement now.
Never go full Thor. And it's just like, it's all Asgard. Like, there's very little Earth in that movie, but in Thor 1, it's all Thor shit grounded in, like, you know, they're grounded in a small Midwestern village in the middle of nowhere, you know what I mean? But I think that's why it worked in that way, it didn't. But this next one, I don't know what direction they've decided to take to get it back on track, you know what I mean? Because like after Captain America franchise, I don't think it started off that strong with Captain America Winter Soldier. I thought it was brilliant. I don't know if you remember what you were using that, but and Civil War, it just kept stepping up. Iron Man keeps an even keel. I'd watch Robert Downey Jr. just, you know, do, you know, not even in the Iron Man suit, just making suits all day. You know what I mean?
I think the second one's better than the third one.
Second one.
I thought the third one, and then that terrible twist with the Mandarin just completely took me out of the film, and I couldn't take.
Do you know what it was? I think after the first one, I don't know if you remember like the ad campaign for either of them, but the first one was like really kind of fun. I remember like that Audio Slave song. You know, the trailer for it had that kind of like fun kind of thing to it. But the second one had that like Razor's Edge, you know, that AC/DC tune, and it had like Mickey Rourke in nuts in the leg. And I was thinking to myself,
I love that line though. There will be blood and the sharks will come.
And you see him, you know what I mean? And I was like I feel like just being in a room with Mickey Rourke alone would be crazy, but you know, that whole thing. But
got a word now.
Was that him?
Yeah, I'm sure that wasn't in the script.
I feel like that was his word.
Same with that dog. It's like, you know, he's a fucking, what's it, Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yeah,
and they went to take it off, and he's like, no, our dog's in the scene now. Like, if you're Robert Rodriguez, grab that thing by the fucking hind leg and go, Mickey, I don't give a fuck if you love your dog. It's funny fucking. I assume you're not a Mexican drug lord.
I would say Mickey Rourke's weapon of choice is his toothpick. I would say that would be Mickey Rourke's. Like, he would just stab you to death with a toothpick.
I've seen his boxing career. It's not his fucking hands anyway.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen him fight.
He blocks punches with his face, and that's what ruined his life. Like,
I love him though. He's great. He's just one of those people. I think you
he is one of the, he's gonna be Gary Busey in about 15 years.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's not there already, but I think he's just getting steady work. You know what I mean? Like, he's not there yet. You know,
he's too close to that Oscar. Like, he's still gonna go off at any moment.
I don't know, but yeah, what were we saying?
I'm scared of Mickey Rourke. Yeah. I am. As I was saying that, like, there's a genuine possibility at some point he would like listen and go, I need you for him. So I can be boxing.
One them boys. He's just like generally rushing them. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum is in it, who's on the cover of Empire this month in that weird octopus porn picture.
I love it. I feel like Jeff Goldblum could charm one of those aliens into just, you know, just a steady relationship.
To let you know, we're the cover of Empire this month has a picture of Jeff Goldblum from Independence Day Resurgence.
Yeah, that's the one.
And he's being hugged by the alien tentacle, but it's really very tender. Looks like, you know, he's into it,
and it's mutual.
Yeah,
he's reciprocating.
Like, the alien isn't like trying to choke him. It's just like, you know,
it's a gentle embrace.
Maybe that's how they resolve the issues.
Yeah.
Because they've blown up everything in the trailer. Like, you can't, you know, maybe he just goes in there and seduces them.
He would send them. You would send them up there.
I could definitely see him sitting on that ship with a glass of wine.
Oh, yeah.
If he managed to get a fucking, what was it, an Apple Mac to fucking interface with alien technology.
If you could, like, use Jurassic Park technology to, like, bring back early 90s Jeff Goldblum, leather, and send him up... chaos mats and then ready for, you know, touching.
He goes up there in a leather jacket and a fucking shirt button down to the navel, like this war is over before it begins. Like,
in the back, kind of on a big futon on the ship on the way up.
Sauntering. He doesn't walk, he saunters.
Laid up, stripped to the waist.
Oh, I'm gonna be so annoyed if this isn't him.
I don't know what he's gonna be. I don't. What is the character he's supposed to play in Thor, you know?
I was supposed to say Quizmaster, but that's not a real thing.
No, it's not.
He plays I just remember the character blog. He's the oldest being in the world. We're just gonna look it up now.
I think is it not something to do with like the Infinity Stones? Are they trying to tie it back into that? Because that was all part of that. No.
He's Quizmaster. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, Kate Blanchett's in as well, who I have an inexplicable crush on.
Oh yeah,
she's just great. In Veronica Guerin. It's just her in the tracksuit.
I didn't wonder.
It's the weirdest thing.
It was the one movie I didn't get her in. Do you know what? I didn't really find her attractive in either. The Aviator. I struggled with her. Usually I think she's great, but I think it was that the accent. Yeah. I struggled with that. Grandmaster was Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, just off the top of your head there, was it? The massive TV screen.
Just pull that out of nowhere.
What does Grandmaster do, James?
Grandmaster does so much. No, but he's I reckon they're going to try and relate it all back to the Infinity Stones. There was the Titans, I think they used to call them.
Which one do they have?
Did who have?
Thor has one of the stones.
The Mind Gem was in Loki's scepter, and that's now in Vision's head. And there is what is the one from Guardians of the Galaxy then? I can't remember. But yeah, I don't know which ones. Which ones have been found though? We have the one from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy has one. That's the Mind.
There's the Ether from the Dark World.
The Dark World. That's the one they brought back. No, that's the one they gave to the Collector at the end of.
Yeah.
That's the one that was in Guardians of the Galaxy then, wasn't it?
No, because Guardians of the Galaxy one came from where Peter Quill found it in that temple. The one.
Yeah, the Collector had the other one.
Ether, sorry. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not sure what there is. They all represent some different. I know the Mind
Stone is in Vision.
Yeah.
We really should have researched this before we
checked it out. Yeah. You got it up?
No. Right. Anyway, move on.
Where are we at? Oh yeah. So we got, who else have we got? Oh, we got Valkyrie cast as well. The girl from Creed. I can't remember her name either. Do you remember?
Oh yeah. And she's gonna be in Black Panther. No, she's not in Black Panther. She's in Thor. That's what we're talking about.
Tessa Thompson. Yeah, she's going to be casting as well as Valkyrie. I don't know. Do you reckon they're kind of like, I don't know, is that, are they going to go for a relation to Heimdall with that or something? Because I don't see any other black characters in Thor that I remember besides Heimdall. There's an Asian character. And but that's it. But I don't know. Like, I feel like they might there somehow.
Is that not massively racist? If you're only two black characters,
could be. Or either I'm terrible racist, or I'm a good writer. I don't know. One or the other.
A very lazy writer. This is going down a bit of a path we don't want to go down. So.
Oh, you gotta ask questions though.
Next up was Daniel Craig has turned down. Well, it depends where you read it. Anything from 70 to 99 million for 2 Bond films.
I don't know.
What the fuck? I
love this story. Though.
What does he think is waiting on him out there? The fucking Golden Compass too. I think Daniel Craig really.
I went through his IMDb page recently, and it was primarily James Bond related shorts.
Yeah.
And
he's very good in that Heineken ad.
Yeah. But for someone who hates Bond so much, he's resting on the laurels enough. Do you know what I mean? But
they done that Flashbacks for Fool, which was terrible.
Yeah, that was the passion project.
Golden Compass, which I didn't see. There was Tintin as well, the animated Tintin film. Yeah,
but you look like let's. Oh yeah, well he was in Star Wars. Wasn't
he's the Stormtrooper.
He's in Star Wars too. But like, is it tattered career of, occasional Bond movies are. And nothing else really. I think he gives it a go. We had a go at Cowboys and Aliens as well.
Oh god, that was awful. Remember, it's so much high hopes for the film.
Yeah, I know that trailer was. I thought it was Jon Favreau could do no wrong back then, though, wasn't it? But yeah, like all of his stuff. Besides anything he's done with Bond, like it's been. I like Defiance. That one he did, the World War II movie. I thought that was.
That's a really underrated film.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how that doesn't get.
I'd watch Liv Schreiber in anything.
Yeah, that's true. And, I think I nearly preferred it for Liv Schreiber's character in that, but like he was still good in it too. But it was a good story anyway. But besides that, like it's a few scattered projects here and there. Like Layer Cake was really good. That was the first thing I really remember. That was before.
That's what you got Bond on the back of that.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Really, yeah, he was basically like in a small audition scene in it.
Like he's doing a TV show. I just can't see in 5 years Daniel Craig being this massive star and God, fucking Bond was holding me back for so long. Yeah, I don't everything he goes in is going to be like, why is Bond doing this? Like
there was the girl with the dragon tattoo. I've never really got into that franchise though, and
they just made the one.
I thought there was two.
There was 3 books. I think there's 4 books now, but there was 3 of the original Danish films.
Okay.
And they remade the 4th one, but didn't do great, so they never bothered with the next 2.
Alright. I never really.
And he's got a new TV show, Purity, I think it's called.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's like an 8-part series, but it's...
Do you know anything about it? No.
Not
Who's involved? Is he stepping down, or is he?
I think he just wants to get as far away from Bond as possible.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like from the second it started, he just didn't seem like he enjoyed it at all. that kind of affected me because I'm just looking at him going, he doesn't want to be there.
What do you think about him in the Bond movies? How did you?
I really like him.
Movies? Yeah.
I really like them. Like I wasn't mad on Skyfall, which everyone thought was like the best one ever.
Yeah.
I thought the new one was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love Quantum of Solace and Casino Royale, even though everyone hates Quantum of Solace.
yeah. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. But that was at the time. I think we saw that, we watched that together in Australia, and there was nothing on the cinema except
we saw
Quantum of Solace for like 3 weeks. So yeah,
we saw that like 4 times in the cinema. We like tripled the box office for that.
I know.
Oh my god, I know Quantum of Solace off by heart.
I think his problem is though he's worried about being typecast, and he's trying to keep himself alive with his little kind of passion projects in between the things that he kind of really does, but it doesn't seem to work out. I really think that at the end of the day, his agent is probably pushing him back into doing, keep with the Bond stuff, but I don't know where it's going to go after.
If you do one and then do, I think like Christian Bale done it right, that you do the franchise film, the Batman, and then you do something like The Prestige, which isn't like, it's not a film that nobody's going to go and see. It's a big enough film, but it's not, it's not a mainstream franchise, but it's something that still has appeal to it. Like
Nolan, find Nolan. Someone's going to give you something intellectually challenging with a strong character in a box office movie that doesn't feel like a box office movie, so you're not just doing the same thing again. Besides Christopher Nolan, like
Daniel Radcliffe done the same thing with the Harry Potter music. I'm going to do these weird like Equinox or that fucking what's it called, Swiss Army Man
stuff like that.
Horns.
Does these really? Film. Did you not like it? I didn't.
I really liked the idea of it, and I was like, what's accent he doing?
Yeah.
But I think now he's doing Now You See Me Too, and I think that's the kind of film you need to get Daniel Craig in. And he is, like, you've seen him, he's like in those Children in Need skits. He has a sense of humour, and he can be pretty funny. Yeah. Something like that, just don't be like that purity thing. Just looks like it's going to be him being miserable the whole time. And I've seen the last 15 years that him was Bond.
When have you seen him doing things that upbeat?
The Children in Need literally was the only thing.
That's it.
But even like on the likes of Jonathan Ross and stuff like that, or Jonathan Ross, Graham Norton, like he comes across charming, and he is a kind of very amiable. It just, anytime it comes to Bond, it just looks like he's been shackled by the whole thing.
I think he's going to struggle now, though. I really do. I can't see anything that he might get into in the future, but I wouldn't be trying to shoot me about top about
He was the first choice for Thor.
No,
for Kenneth Branagh, he was offered Thor.
Yeah,
turned it down.
Can't see that at all.
You're just picturing him with the short hair and the hammer, aren't you? Because I'm the exact same thing.
In a turtleneck.
Like his whole craggy face. Thor's been dead for 10 years.
I don't know what you do to Daniel Craig to turn him into Thor. If that was my job, if fucking Kenneth Branagh came to me, all grandiose, in a cape and a crown, I imagine. I don't know how he goes around, but asked him to turn this man into Thor. I don't know what I would say. I don't know what I could do there. Stick a beard on him. I don't know what you do.
I could pick, like, every time I'm picturing him with the long hair, the beard and the hammer, he's got like either Speedos on or he's wearing a suit.
Too clean cut. You can't do that with Daniel Craig there.
Did you see Tom Hiddleston's audition?
No.
It just reminds me of the Cillian Murphy Batman when you're just looking going, you're too skinny to be a god.
Yeah, he's good though. I like Tom Hiddleston a lot now.
And speaking of Tom Hiddleston, he's the favourite to take over from Bond. From Craig.
From Bond.
From Bond. He's actually going to be an MI6 agent.
Dangerously unprepared. Instead of over to Iraq, nobody's seen him since.
It was well ridiculous for the research, so somebody fucking threw Christopher Reeve on a horse.
Unprepared.
Yes, that was the bit over the line there.
No need for that. Not safe. I don't know, but I like him. Tom Hiddleston.
Him or Tom Hardy. All the Toms, or it doesn't work. Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who I prefer for it. Do you know what? I wouldn't like to see Tom Hardy do it, because for me, I would rather see Tom Hardy do a ton of Wolverine movies. Would be my choice for Wolverine. I would rather see Tom Hardy, Mad Max mode, doing Wolverine.
I like that.
I think that really work well. So I don't want to keep him for that. He's on me like in fantasy football.
Are you the president of Hollywood now? Yeah, we're going to get Tom Hardy. It's going to be Wolverine. It's going to be great.
We're going to do this game. But I'd rather keep him for that. I would give Tom Hanks. Do you know what? Even I don't really fucking give a fuck what he's up to anymore. But
you're turning this into Moneyball. We're gonna keep him.
I got players. I got a chart. But I'd like to see. I like. Do you know what? After seeing what was the one, the Guy Ritchie spy movie?
The
Man from Uncle. I like Henry Cavill. I think is perfect choice. I love that show Archer.
For Bond?
Yeah, I love Archer. I would, and for me, Henry Cavill is a little bit that vibe off him. Do you know what I mean? I think he could do like
the most charming, charismatic secret agent in the world, and you want that plank of fucking wood to do it.
The Man from Uncle. I thought he was good in that. I thought he had like humor. Humor is
because he was up against
there.
Arnie Hammer, but like. Who's worse? He's like the fucking this year's Joy Courtney. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Like Hugh Grant shows up for 2 minutes and that film, like, that's charisma. That's what that looks like.
Well, it depends. What do you want to do with Bond? Do you want to go? Would you want to continue going down? Like, as you watch the Bond movies, like they all have their own. You know, like you kind of have to see it. Like you wouldn't have like Sean Connery doing like the Daniel Craig Bond. He plays a specific type of Bond.
A very rapey Bond.
Bit aggressive.
There's literally a scene where he's holding her down and she's like, please stop, and he just kisses her into submission.
But I think they drove into a very niche part of that character. Do you know what I mean? Like
haunted past.
Don't know, yeah, and they really pushed the backstory of the family trails all the way through, and it's this one organization going alongside that.
They basically just stole Bourne. They saw what Bourne was doing. Yeah. It's like, let's do that.
It's true, yeah. You wouldn't have.
I want to see it go back to ridiculous. I want to see the gadgets. I want to see Q. I want to see fucking ice palaces. I just want them to go crazy with this one.
I don't know if I'd have
Lady Gaga doing the theme song. Shows up as a fencer.
That got too out of hand for me. That got too out of hand. After Pierce Brosnan took over, it was like, because after GoldenEye came out, it set the bar for, oh my god, that's like such a throwback to Connery. They had to escalate. But instead of getting like, you know, like Adele has a lifespan for her career that goes back and forth. Tina Turner has the same thing. But as soon as you start getting like garbage,
that's a good song.
Huh?
That was a good song, wasn't
it? What was it? What was the name of it?
The World Is Not Enough. And it is such a perfect
that wasn't them. That wasn't her. That wasn't her. Oh, what was the song?
That was the other one. Sheryl Crow.
Yeah. No, that's Tomorrow Never Dies. Sheryl called it Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah, The World Is Not Enough was garbage.
Is it?
Yeah. No, I won't have you speak ill of Shirley Manson, by the way.
Listen.
Calluses on my hands from Shirley Manson.
They hit a very specific point in like pop culture with that song. Do you know what I mean? Who else did one after that? There was other ones.
There was Jack White and...
I like that. That is specific too, but I don't know, that song really works for me. It's different. It doesn't, you know.
I want to say Jack White and Alicia Keys, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Was it? Yeah,
Jack White and Alicia Keys. But it didn't, you know, it was a strange song, so I thought it worked really well.
The new one, fucking
woeful. I didn't like.
This is like a fucking warbling piece of shit, like.
Yeah, Casino Royale, that had a great song too with Chris Cornell.
Yeah, that was good. You know what I mean.
But I don't, like, for now, I think you need to take it in a different direction. You need to broaden the character back up again.
What about Idris Elba?
Yeah, really.
I just like to see her for the pure shitstorm.
Yeah.
Like it was bad enough when Bond was blonde.
How was his audition tape received? Bastille Day. How did that go? That was nothing. That was nothing. But somebody saying, "Get Idris Elba running around Europe with a gun." You know what I mean? Taking out people. They wanted him for that. Like, that movie could have been called anything. Easter Sunday. You know what I mean? Paddy's Day. It could have been anything. It's Bastille Day. Stick him in France. You know, like, you know.
Taking job.
What is it? Yeah, like, protests are big right now. You know, there's anonymous. Get him out in that kind of. It's all set around, like, some protest in Paris. Like.
What about a woman that's Bond?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I'll do what you want.
I'm an old-fashioned man. I like my beer cold and secret agent's mail.
She'd get, you know, I'm not going to say I'm sexist. I was going to vote that would go right now. But no, I don't think so. I don't.
Again, it just seems like it's kind of shot casting if you do something.
Call it something else. Because, you know, like when you have like, you know, a Bond movie, it's the male thing. That's that's the part of it. You can't you change the dynamic of the movie completely into something else. It's like, what, Superman's underwater now. It's something different. Like I don't think I don't know. Have all female secret agents. Have tons of those movies, but
Charlie's Angels reboot.
Do you know what? Like I'm going. You're driving me into this like sexist position. I have to say I don't like. You're gonna recast Charlie's Angels all men. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know who you put in that. That makes that interesting for me. Who do you like?
In Charlie's Angels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cast it. Like, give me a quick cast. 3 names.
Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, Aubrey Plaza.
Right. So for everything. Right. So what are you doing? Are you doing like a heavily action type movie? Are you doing like a Starsky and Hutch, Ben Stiller type
just
comedy?
The 3 of them just sitting in a room,
just having crack. Like, fair enough. Well, don't call it Charlie's Angels.
I'm gonna call it Andy's Angels. Plays most nights in my head.
I don't know what you're gonna do.
And it's gonna be rated R.
I got everything cast. But I don't know. Like, name me one female action star that's like really big right now. You're gonna struggle. I got one now I can think of.
Well, you've Gal Gadot and Wonder Woman. Then you've got Charlize Theron and Mad Max.
Cut her teeth, but yeah, Charlize Theron maybe, yeah. She's
kind of like the
Jolie
and Soul.
She has that kind of vibe off her.
Yeah, Ripley.
Yeah. But I was thinking like for young bankable action stars, female action stars, who would you put in, like, if you were going to do a female born type movie with that? Well, who would you cast as a female star? I got one that I can think of. Emily Blunt, I got.
Yeah, Emily Blunt. She was fantastic in Edge of Tomorrow. But you're kind of the way you're kind of casting that is the way you used to cast like action films in the 80s now. Like, I know it sounds like
really Sharon Stone.
But that sort of like you're gonna cast like Gia Carano, the way like you'd cast a wrestler or something back in the 80s, and that's kind of, I know it's horrible to say that women's action films are 20 years behind where we are now, but you've known that's kind of got that legitimacy, like to
carry the weight of
aggressive. Because if you were to have like a really well built muscular woman, that would be the only thing she can do, like Bran from Game of Thrones. Like, you can't have someone like, she's not going to be, like a fucking James Bond character going around seducing men, but can also kick ass. She's defined by her physicality as opposed to her sex. Like, and it's sad that you've kind of, female characters have to either be, really masculine or really feminine, and there's no kind of in between. Like, you'd have someone, like a Daniel Craig or Tom Hardy, or they can say, yeah, he'd beat the shit out of you, but he'd also charm the pants out of you.
Yeah, I don't know who you'd put in. I don't know who there is left that can work in that role there, but. You can see it now. Scarlett Johansson probably. Yeah. She's probably like, well, she did that one with Luc Besson recently. That Limitless. But
I see I can see the poster we have, but I can't remember. It just looked like it looked like a poster for Human Traffic.
It was crazy, yeah. But the movie plays like that too. I watched it recently, but yeah.
Or Anne Hathaway from Catwoman.
Yeah, maybe. But she does. I don't know. I
know we're missing somebody really obvious here. As soon as I
my brain just keeps going. Lucy Liu.
Michelle Yeoh, she'd love a fucking comeback now.
I don't know what it is, but I don't know who you have left for that. But Bond. I would. Tom Hiddleston is the only one that you can say. But unless they want to go with an unknown, which I don't know. Can you do an unknown with Bond, or does it have to be a high-profile character? Traditionally, it is, no?
Yeah, traditionally it's kind of like a big casting thing. But you could go somewhere.
I feel like you could, and that wouldn't be a problem. But
I think it was Damian Lewis from Homeland.
Yeah, I don't see it. I think it's the hair, maybe. It doesn't work. I'm going for like Daniel Craig.
If only there was some way of changing his hair colour. If only we have evolved at that point. Like,
I don't like him. I don't think he's as charming as everyone thinks he is. I watched Homeland. Well, I watched one season of it, but I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really feel it. Does he have to? Like, would you stay? Would you go to a different country? Like, would you go? Could you choose an American to play Bond?
You can. Yeah, I suppose you have an English guy playing Superman. So.
But I don't know, I feel like it always transfers that one way, you know what I mean? I never see...
That seems to be a problem for Britain over the years. We'll take your shit, but you can't take our shit.
They got a system, don't they?
It seems to be working well.
Yeah. It's true, but I don't know, I'd probably go Tom Hiddleston. I can't see anything else. He has to bulk up, because he can't stay, Tom Hiddleston size.
He can't
Take on Blofeld.
Blofeld beats the piss out of him.
He would. I think I could take Tom Hiddleston in a fight easy. I don't know, but yeah, I'm sure he will.
What about Jared Butler?
No. Do you know
can't
what?
act, can he?
The more he films, he does. The more the more he pulls himself into this weird B-list type stuff. You know what I mean? The Gods of Egypt and. I feel like
Gods of Egypt are apparently very, very white.
Who's what?
Very white.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, there's I don't think I had anybody in it really. But they're really
the Egyptians are no skin in the game there.
But I don't know what it is. The more films he does, the more he falls down. But I think if you had got him a few years ago, like he could have been for everything. But now, like he's just gone down this road, like where he does these like White House takeover movies all the time, or
multiple White House takeovers.
Yeah, he just plays the same thing now. I don't know what he's up to, but I struggle with it. But yeah, I don't know. I'd probably just go with that. But yeah, I think Bond has to make some major changes because he can't keep doing more of the same. It's too much of a single idea to be driving down people's throats. You know what I mean? Like you can only go like the, health pain type role go direction person before you're just like fucking deal with it.
Probably a crack when you're a spy. You're here to drive
He's so sad.
You're driving Aston Martins. You're banging every girl on the goddamn planet. Just have some fun with it. Like.
Yeah, do you know seeing Bond's apartment? I mean, like he got no problems. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sick of that. Like he's
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, that's good. I'm great.
Why is that man not in more movies? Why is he?
Needs to be. He's on like about 50 TV shows. I think they're all terrible. He's in that David Spade one.
Yeah, he's caught in that loop, isn't he?
I
now?
keep catching that. Like anytime I feel like, oh shit, it's Patrick Warburton, and then I watch for 10 minutes. Like David Spade shows up. Like, oh, you fucking bastard!
And, like the worst writers in the world gave him stuff to say. You know what I mean? Like his whole point is that he does what he does, but I don't know. I really struggle.
Okay, next item on the agenda: The Dark Tower is being made into, I don't know, 8 films, 7 TV shows, podcasts.
Lord of the Rings level. By the way, they're talking about it. But like people seem to be talking about that movie and lines of dialogue from the books like it's scripture. You know what I mean? Like repeating them over and over again, like it's going to be a big deal. But yeah, I don't know.
I really think they're overstating how important this book is. Like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, fair enough, you have like a built-in huge fan base. Like the Dark Tower has its followers, but I don't think to the extent where you can justify, a TV show, films.
Oh, but they've done their work. They're like that's why the casting is the way it is. Do you know what I mean? The casting of that movie is McConaughey and
Idris Elba.
Like that's that's purposeful. But I think it does have a cult following. Like even no matter how that movie does, I think it would.
I think it's going to be like the same as like the girl with the dragon tattoo, where they're like, well, we're not going to give everything up front. We're going to kind of hold off and do this and that, and then it's not going to do fantastic, and it won't get the second and third. Like you're not going to be able to build that universe, and you can't adapt that into a couple of like. I compare it's like trying to adapt Marvel into one film, not like Spider-Man. It's like the Marvel universe.
It's a lot to ask of people. Yeah. It's a lot to ask of people. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to push it, but if you want to make that, you need to be sure of what you're doing. You know what I mean? You need to be able to like, how is this going to look? That requires money from some of the stuff I've read about it. Like the worlds and the way they're going to set it all up, they're throwing proper money at that. Do you know?
And they've said that it's not going to be the first book. They're not adapting that. It's going to start on the 3rd and the 5th, but it's going to open with the line from the first book about the man
because that the concept is not already confusing enough. I'm just trying to
like it's got Stephen King in the book as Stephen King. That's in New York now, but like
traditionally in movies, not a good idea.
No,
not a good idea.
Yeah.
You pull people out of the movie that way.
Like I only read the first 2, and the first book, it just reminded me of that episode of The Simpsons where Homer takes the fucking Guatemalan and Sandy Pepper and just, the moon's melting and now it's crashing into the ground. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Johnny Cash is there.
Solve the family secret, like,
If there's a Johnny Cash song in that, I wouldn't be surprised either,
there's going to be a Johnny Cash song.
Like, the opening line of dialogue sounds like a Johnny Cash song, like. But I thought that's dense. That's gonna be dense. But apparently, they're gonna be using a lot of the character design stuff from the Mist, isn't it?
There's crossover. So there's like
the worlds, the universes are going to
So
cross
this is
over?
like the Kingverse.
That's subtle, isn't it?
Yeah, because the baddie in this is the same guy who starts the virus in The Stand.
Yeah.
The monsters from the Mist come from one of the worlds in that, and there's a kid in it who has he has the shinnin.
Oh yeah. Have they made reference that they're trying to put together, or is it just like a Quentin Tarantino type thing where it doesn't tell anything?
No, so the baddie is called, I think it's Randall Black. I could be wrong, but I think it's Randall something as the baddie in the Dark Tower. He's one of the baddies in the Dark Tower.
Yeah.
But he's the guy who starts the virus in The Stand.
Okay.
And I think there's a reference to Pennywise in it as well. I could be wrong. But they're doing The Stand as well. The guy who done The Fault in Our Stars, he was going to do it as one film. Then he was on that Kevin Smith podcast, and they said there was going to be 4 films. Then there was going to be an 8-part series, which is what they were going to do with the Dark Tower, and that's kind of tying into that. Randall Flagg, that's who it is.
Yeah.
He's the guy McConaughey's playing in the film, but he's the guy who starts the virus in the Stand.
Okay, right.
Not Rob Lowe. Do you remember that was on Sky, The Stand?
Do you know what? That's where I struggle with Stephen King. Like, I feel like I would have liked The Stand if it wasn't made on Sky One back in the day. I wasn't a fan of that.
But actually, have you watched it lately?
No, I need to watch it again.
No, don't.
No, it doesn't.
Like, I had it in my head. It was like a 2-hour film. It was like it's a 6-hour series. It's so boring.
Yeah.
Like, there is hours in that where nothing happened. Like, Pennywise holds up. He's scary as shit. Tim Curry is amazing. And they're remaking that as well. They've got, I don't know if they're still going to have it, Will Poulter, the guy from Son of Rambo. What else is he in? He's in loads. I can only picture him as the kid.
Are they getting like some kind of really like serious actors for this? Is that like who's
Will Poulter? What the fuck is he in? He's in loads, and all I can imagine is he's the little fucker in Son of Rambo.
That's crazy.
But
it's like Jeremy Irons going to be playing like the fucking clown or something.
He's playing Pennywise.
Yeah.
And they're going to do it. They're going to do it as a straight linear story, so it's not going to be broken. In other way, it's broken up in the book. The way they're adults and they go back, but it's going to be done as like a linear story.
Okay.
And the guy who's directing it was Cary Fukunaga from True Detective.
Yeah.
He's after dropping out now, and they've got some music video guy doing it. So I don't know whether Will Poulter is going to say, fuck this, like, I'm off, like, do Son of Rambo 2.
Unless you throw money at that, unless you throw good, money and some proper quality at that just ends up going into the bargain bin. You know what I mean? Like, it could easily, you know what I mean, end up in that stage. But I don't know, I really struggled with Stephen King for a while. Like,
Well, get used to it. Guess how many Stephen King fucking adaptations there are in process now?
How many we got?
26.
Who's buying these? Do you know what I mean? Like,
because he's selling them for like he's that famous story. He sold like Shawshank Redemption for $1. He sold the Dark Tower to J.J. Abrams initially for $20.
Yeah.
So he's kind of just selling them. Oh, King's made his money. He's going through like a book a year. But there's some of the mad ones. Like this one, what was it? The Breathing Method is about this pregnant woman who gets decapitated in a car accident, and then she still tries to have the baby. And the guy, Scott Derrickson, who's doing that, he was actually on that, and he left to do Doctor Strange. And then you have I saw an ad for the other day, Cell, the John Cusack one.
Yeah.
Where like a weird phone signal turns people into zombies.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? I have a soft spot for zombies. I'll give it a watch.
Soft spot for John Cusack.
I do. Do you know what? He's like saying Nick Cage to me. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? He's like. He's gonna come in and he's gonna do the Nick Cage thing, but he's gonna do it in a
rein it in. Like.
No, he has the. I don't know what it is about him. Do you know what it is? It's the way he wears a trench coat. He reminds me of Nick Cage. He has that dour, broken-looking everyman vibe.
When has he ever wore a trench coat?
Identity. You seen that movie?
Yeah. For fucking the lesser crazy beauty.
2012. I think he wears a trench coat now. He's like, is he like a cab driver, a limo driver in that?
He's a limo driver. I think he flies a plane at one point, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Because they're a transferable set of skills.
And he's a limo driver / cop in Identity as well. Do you remember that as well? But yeah, he don't. But when he has that like downtrodden everyman vibe that Nick Cage has, but Nick Cage has this spark of insanity that keeps him up there. You know what I mean? But John Cusack is just like, it's like this. You know what I mean? But I think he does. Like, tell me you couldn't. So
if we put Nick Cage in a trench coat, Maybe.
It works. It works. But if like anything, you watch Girls Point Blank, I could see Nick Cage in that, but it would be way crazier.
Yeah.
You know
That's a great fucking get.
Yeah, told you. But how did I get onto John Cusack?
We're Cell, Stephen King.
Oh yeah. But I want to get back to Stephen King's repertoire a little bit too. I really struggle with him a lot. You know, like you get a couple of good things here and there, but I don't know if his thing is if I just make enough shit, some of it is going to stick to the wall. Do you know what I mean? And I got the Stephen King name, but I really struggle with Stephen King. I've like read some of his books and so disposable. Like The Shining is good, but it has layers and layers of depth. But I think Stanley Kubrick brought a lot to it as well. Like,
I think the ones he kind of steps away from it, like there's over 60 adaptations of film and TV of Stephen King books. I think the ones he's not involved, like Shawshank Redemption's a short story, Green Mile was a short story. Anything where he's kind of been given the backs, like he hasn't been able to do, is the ones that's done well. Like when he done, I don't know if you ever saw his version of The Shining. It's fucking horrendous.
Yeah, I would say so.
And what was the other Maximum Overdrive with Emilio Estevez that used to be on TV every single night? It's like cars come to life.
I don't know do you know what it was? I think like between his writing style, you know, some of it works, some of it doesn't, and the fact that Sky One did that very kind of, I don't know, TV level of it, you know what I mean? These like the miniseries thing, but it was slow moving, you know what I mean? It was like what The Walking Dead would be today. Like I've watched The Walking Dead still, but you know, there are seasons of The Walking Dead that fucking it's too many comparisons to make, you know what I mean? That just make, you know, so slow, but you know, I struggle with that kind of storytelling as well, you know what I mean? It's not that dynamic, you know. Yes, that's me.
So we fucking hate Stephen King. Next up, we've got Wolverine.
Wolverine talks about recast. Going for a girl this time. There's a few things I want to talk about Wolverine. I'll just give you the quick set I want to go over.
Which said they're recasting Wolverine as a girl?
Yeah, and that's the plan. It's
in the comics or the film?
I think in the film.
No.
I think they're in I'm telling you, I think they're in talks for the film. But there was talks of who was up for it. I seen Emily Blunt's name was in for it, I think I seen. And there was a younger character as well.
Emily Blunt has just turned into the Ben Affleck and Matt Damon of this time. Remember like 10 years ago, if you were casting anything, you're like, oh, you need Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, and there was no one else you could possibly cast in anything.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, but I think they're talking about recasting it, but it's also they probably might go with the X-23, you know, the character, the clone, Wolverine clone that was made.
The kind of Lady Deathstrike thing they done in X-Men too.
No, she's like a young clone of Wolverine, but I think she was like a prostitute for a while.
Oh, you haven't seen X-Men Apocalypse?
No. They're doing stuff in it. Don't ruin that for
no.
Well, do you know what? Yeah, go on.
I won't ruin the film, but I'll ruin the post credits.
Okay.
Because the post credits has fuck all to do with the film.
Yeah.
In the film, there's the spoilers now for anyone who hasn't seen X-Men Apocalypse. There's a scene where they're doing the cleanup at the end of the film, and this guy walks in with a suitcase, and he takes a sample of Wolverine's blood, and he has a suitcase, and it's full of like, you know, other samples from other mutants, and it's from the Essex Corp. Okay. And the Essex Corp is?
Oh, Sinister, yeah.
So it looks like they're setting up Mr. Sinister.
I like Sinister.
So maybe Mr. Sinister would create X-23 and have, like, Wolverine, like, she'd be the baddie, not the good.
That would fit in. That was always his kind of thing. I never really understood what his plan was, Sinister. He was always mad for genetics and splicing and stuff like that, but I think, he made the, I think he used to make the Horseman for Apocalypse. I think that was his
he
big
posed
thing.
As Apocalypse before, didn't he, in the comics?
Maybe, yeah.
He pretended to be Apocalypse and fucking James.
He was kind of like his Mengele kind of character, I think. In him.
Mengele, like that.
Yeah, it's a good pull.
But they were saying Richard E. Grant has been cast in the new Wolverine film as a mad scientist type, and they thought maybe he would be Sinister. He was in Game of Thrones this episode for like 2 seconds.
Who was he?
Do you remember they were in the scene where they go backstage at the actor? Remember they do the play and it's like you see Ned Stark getting killed.
Yeah.
And then they go backstage and then there's like the actors in the back room. He's one of them. He's the guy taking off his makeup and he makes some like pithy remark to one of the girls. Oh, you're just a terrible actress or something like that. And it's Richard E. Grant. I was like, can't see him going from 2 seconds in Game of Thrones to fucking the lead in the Marvel Universe.
I know, that's crazy casting in that, but I don't know who else is in that movie. There's a few other names been trying for that movie, isn't there?
In the new Wolverine?
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart. It looks like they're going to be doing Old Man Logan.
Oh man, I'd be so keen on that. I would definitely be into that. I love that book.
But they haven't got anyone, like, they haven't got the rights. Like, they don't have the rights to. I don't think they can do Hulk in it. No, because Hulk.
Do you know what I think? Do you know what I think happened? Right, I don't know if it's going to play out this way, but I think maybe there was a deal made that Fox gives Spider-Man to
It's Sony.
Oh yeah, I thought he was Fox as well.
So Fantastic Four, they can use because it's at Fox. They can't use Hulk, which is a big part of it.
They can't use.
They can't use Hawkeye.
Yeah. They can't use anybody in that.
No,
that's like not one character.
Like Professor X isn't in it at all, is he?
There's one X-Men in it, and it's Emma Frost plays a quick part in it. But that story is
Thor. They can't use Thor because of that scene where he comes across Thor's hammer in the middle of the desert.
Oh, they can't even mention the hammer. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. Everything in that is Avengers based, or you see there is that one scene with the X-Men, but it's a flashback scene.
So what
that's all you see.
Are they just going to do it like Professor X is the Hawkeye character now?
Is that I don't.
Stephen Merchant is in that film.
Yeah, no, it's great. I think it's great.
Fuck is Stephen Merchant gonna play?
I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, I really want to watch that movie though. I think that's gonna be good. I don't know who they're gonna. Are they gonna use Hugh Jackman as Wolverine?
Yeah, he's gonna be. Yeah, well, oh man, Logan, he just tried
it. I suppose, yeah. He still looks exactly the same as he does next film, though. Do you know what? I don't know how they do it. I don't know how Downey Jr. has an easy go of it, but you have like Hugh Jackman and.
Yeah, like as soon as the action kicks off, Downey can just like walk off and go, yeah, throw some fucking dumbass in that suit there.
But you think about it, like Robert Downey Jr. doesn't have to stay in phenomenal shape for Iron Man. You know what I mean? Because like you never see him, you know. But like every movie, you're gonna see Wolverine stripped down, and he's had to stay in that nick for the last 20 years, nearly now.
How pissed off would Dougray Scott be right now?
Oh yeah, that's heartbreaking. I only watched that. It was on telly a little while ago, and I watched that movie, and I was telling to somebody about it. I was like, he was supposed to be Wolverine, like, and he had to do reshoots on this piece of shit. And
for those who don't know, what happened was Dougray Scott, collective kind of fucking who there, was initially cast as Wolverine, but he had to do reshoots in Australia on Mission Impossible 2, so they ended up having to recast, and Hugh Jackman got it and became a fucking megastar. Dougray Scott, the last time I seen him was a trailer for some film where he was like a priest solving exorcisms.
Did he do some? He did some TV for a while. He must have too.
No, I keep thinking he's Dominic West.
Oh, yeah.
I can see exactly you're thinking the same. No, it's not him.
No, it didn't really work out well for him at all, did it?
No. I'd say I just have two dartboards in my house. One is John Woo and one is fucking Hugh Jackman. I didn't really see
him as the size though. Oh, you did Hitman as well.
Yeah, he keeps tearing up the cigarettes.
Yeah.
He doesn't smoke the whole film. He just keeps tearing up fucking teabag cigarettes.
He's done, you know, he's had a bit of a scattered career, I think. You know, there's been a lot of TV and a lot of kind of like small movies and stuff like that. But the last thing I remember him being in memorable, and this is not saying a lot, is probably Hitman. And that was like, it was like 10 years ago, nearly 2006.
Hitman was 10 years ago. I really like that one.
Do you know what? A kind of guilty pleasure. I have a few.
I like the more than I like the new one.
I didn't even watch the new one. It looked like garbage.
I watched about an hour of it, and then the perfectly legal stream that I paid for stopped working, so I just never bothered finishing it off.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it falls into that problem of computer game movies, isn't it? Which also kind of leads you into Assassin's Creed territory as well.
I've never played the games, so this just looks mental.
I played once with friends that had it, but I've never played it. But I know, like, they told me a bit about the story, but it seems like it's going to be good.
Like getting Fassbender, that's a statement of intent right there.
That's half your problem solved there, like straight away. But
and not Monica Bellucci.
No, it's Marion Cotillard. Marion Cotillard is in it as well. But I think from the trailer that I seen, I think it's going to be. It's what they're doing the Spanish Inquisition, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a lot of hope for that. The director of Macbeth, I really want to see Macbeth as well.
I have it at home, and I still have more to see it.
No, I couldn't see it anywhere when I went looking for it, but I really want to watch that too. But I think it's going to be great.
I reckon it's going to be better than fucking Warcraft. Anyway, that thing looks terrible as shit.
Really bad. It looks really bad. I don't know. I think I like the Travis Fimmel in doing the Vikings thing, but it's gritty when you put him in like blue armor with gold trim on it. You know what I mean? And it's CGI laden. Like, I don't know why shooting a forest. Do you know what I mean? It's cheap. Just find a forest and shooting it. Does everything have to be that ridiculous CGI? I really struggle. I've never been interested in the games really, but yeah, I don't know. I really struggle with that one too.
I've completely forgotten that. Yeah, World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know who else is in that. I think
Toby Kendall is in it.
Dominic Cooper. No, is he not playing like the king role in it?
Possibly.
Like that, yeah. Who's Toby Kendall playing in it?
I haven't a clue.
Troll.
Like the Troll.
Troll 6.
Troll 7.
I don't know.
Kuba.
Yeah. Kuba's in it too.
Kuba got Kublai Khan.
I don't know.
Say the princess from the fiery lake of Bowser.
That's a struggle. That's bad.
I'd love to see a Mario. Like, his name is Mario, which everyone tends to overlook.
Yeah. I tried watching that movie again actually recently, and
I even tried. It's the best goddamn film ever made.
Mario?
Yeah.
I really struggled.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah. I really struggled. I love the stories. I think I prefer, like, it's one of those movies that I would prefer to just be around rather than, like, you know, like Cop Out. You know,
you
like,
can be around.
Just be on the set, just watching things going on. Can you, like, that was directed by a husband and wife couple. Yeah. Was there ever a good husband and wife combo? Like, I'm convinced that was one of the reasons why Dawn of Justice didn't not Dawn of Justice, it was Dawn of Justice, wasn't it? Batman
Superman, yeah.
Yeah, I'm convinced that the fact that the wife had such a say in that movie, not being sexist, just saying, not being sexist, just saying, when you have a couple directing together, do you know what I mean? It doesn't work.
This was the first and only episode of Jamm On.
Have a woman directing. Great stuff. I love The Hurt Locker as much as anyone else.
Oh my god, it's the problem.
I do. I really do. I like that movie. But I'm just saying, like, don't have a husband and wife with joint creative control.
Men and women living together. That's hysteria. It's ungodly, I tell you.
It doesn't work.
I knew you were going to do this at some point during this show. You were going to fucking say something fucking stupid.
I've done 2 now. I need to go for a tour. That's what we got. Gay directors. No, I'm not joking. I'm joking. I'm not going to. No, it's fine. I'm sure this will great. You know.
Bryan Singer,
yeah. I was thinking more of
John Waters.
No, Batman Robin. Joel Schumacher. I was thinking Joel Schumacher.
That's the best commentary of all time.
Yeah.
Where he just walks off like 15 minutes from the end, like, I'm fucking done.
I love watching old interviews with actors talking about their movie, and then, like, you know, when you know how bad it was before. I love watching it. Bruce Willis is a great one to watch for that, because Bruce Willis can't contain his emotions in an interview.
Bruce Willis has no emotions.
Just hate, just a little bit of hate. But he's one of the best. But I don't know. I really struggle with husband and wife directors in these projects. You know, doesn't work too much. Right, let's move on. Let's have a look around.
Let's move on from the fucking sexism.
I'm really struggling. Daredevil. I want to talk a little bit about Daredevil. Love Daredevil. I've read the comics since nearly 20 years. I only thought about it the other day. When was the first time I started reading Daredevil comics? It was nearly 20 years ago. I started reading it. It was an issue where Daredevil and the Hulk, I think it was. I can't remember what it was about. It was years ago. But since then, I've followed every Daredevil storyline all the way up to what's been around now. The series is phenomenal. It can't be beat. And I recently went back and watched the movie again.
We recently went back and watched it again.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah,
with Coolio.
Yeah, with Coolio. Oh my god, I don't know what was going on. I love that movie though, just for the badness of it. Do you know what it was? Like, you can tell that was a movie designed by, like, a production team.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they did the figures on music and the kind of tone that they were going to go for, you know, trying to walk that line between Batman and Spider-Man a little bit, you know what I mean? It was just, and they, you know what I mean, they were like, these are the boxes that we need to tick. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of whether you can work these
so much
ideas
shit
together.
in that film that just doesn't, like, the scene for me where she's cutting the sandbags, all I keep thinking of is the practical. Like, she would have had to have Alfred, or equivalent of Alfred Jeeves, to go in and go, yeah, I'm going to be doing some training. I'm going to be fighting Daredevil tonight. So I want you to put 8 bags of sand in the ceiling. Yeah. And then the last one, I want you to draw a very crude drawing of Daredevil. It's like, well, we've got a gym downstairs who's doing it. No. Bags need to fall from the sky.
In the main hall.
Fill them with sand. It's like, what? No, can I not just stuff them with, like, clothes or something? No, I want them filled with sand. That when I stab them with my scythe, the sand goes everywhere. Miss Electra, I really think you're being... I want bags of sand, Jeeves. You have tied them to the ceiling. Who's dropping them? Like, what is the system where they're going?
And even so, like, it's not like they're going at an incredible rate and she doesn't know where they are. Do you know what I mean? Like, all she has to do is land in the spot where
just walk in the room, look up at the ceiling, alright, 8 bags, 1, 2, right, grand.
I got that.
Like, who's dropping them?
A big scene I had problem with was the playground scene. Probably, do you know what? Yeah, that's up there. I have a number 2 as well, but that's up there as probably, you know, what was the point?
Why are they it's in the middle of the day and this kid's like chanting, cheering them, going fucking, yeah, go for it. Like, he's giving up. How does she not cop on? He's Daredevil straight away.
It's mental.
Fought this guy, this really fucking blind acrobat in the park. Like.
It's crazy. And like to try and contrast that tone with the kind of angsty Daredevil character of this kind of tortured Catholic. Do you know what I mean? Like, you pick a side on that one. Do you know what I mean? Like, really go one way, do that. I have a bit of an issue with Daredevil as well, in the way that he's been portrayed in the TV series and the movie so far. And like, I rewatched the series recently, and I could pick out scenes where like I kind of found points that went the other way. But for me, like, Daredevil shouldn't be so kind of, I don't know, morose and sad, and you know what I mean, really depressed when he's as Daredevil. Like, that should be his time when he's like he's a bit liberated. You know what I mean? Like, he's dangerously aggressive. You know what I mean? Slightly, you know, like when they do the show, he's very angsty about what he does, even when he's Daredevil. He's always kind of ridden with the idea of doing it. And when he's Matt Murdock, he goes to church in the morning, confesses the sins of the fights and stuff that he's had the night before, and he kind of tries to move on with his day. I would have it more like, if you run the parallels with his father, like in the series and movie, everything, that like his father was like this kind of like out of the game boxer with a kind of drink problem and trying to just maintain his life. Really kind of like angsty character, but like go on the route, follow that trajectory a little bit, you know what I mean? Have him like, as the Daredevil is his alcohol, Daredevil's his addiction. So when he goes out and fights crime, like, he's in that release drunk mode where he's looking for blood, you know.
See, I think he does that because even when he's fucking battered in the series, he's still like, I want to go out. And then at the end of season 2, I kind of got him telling Karen that he was Daredevil. That's his way of saying, oh look, I'm not fucking giving this up. Just, I know I can't have a relationship if I don't tell you this, because I like doing this too much and I'm not going to stop.
I don't know if they sell it that he likes it though, as a it's nearly like a burden that he has. Like, there's the scene where he's listening to the girl. Was it the girl? Yeah, who's been, I think she's been molested by her father or stuff like that, and he has to go out. And there is scenes where he hears things and he knows he has to go, and it's this kind of torture drive thing. But I would nearly play it up more like it's like someone with a drink problem. Do you know what I mean? Like when a drunk is out in the bar getting drunk and stuff like that, it's all good times and stuff like that, you know. And
that's one thing I thought Tim Burton, the Batman, got really well. You know, there's that scene where he's just sitting in the hall in Wayne Manor. Yeah. And he's just waiting on the light to go on. And then he leaps out of the chair and he's like, because he's nothing else going on in his life. And you can kind of see that like little smile. He goes, I have a purpose, I have something to do now.
But yeah, it's like, it's the same thing. Like, he should, I would, like, again, I would just follow the trajectory of the father. Like, when he's Daredevil, he's like, they released that promo picture of him smiling with the grin and all the blood. That, to me, was what, like, you know, Daredevil represents when he's like that. But it's the next day that he's...
Shit, like a hangover.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? He has to go to church and confess the sins, and I would follow the kind of same role as the father. You know, he has to stitch himself up after the next day and things like that. I would have kind of went that route. Like, you also have to kind of work from the idea that, like, he dresses up in a devil costume. Someone who's doing that because it's some kind of like, it's some kind of like thing that they just have to do, but they don't really enjoy doing it, wouldn't be like, I'm going to get like a theatrical costume to do this in. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be like, that's part of it. Like, and Frank Miller understood that. When Frank Miller did it, like, the whole reason he paired up Elektra with Daredevil was because, like, why would a superhero have a regular girlfriend? You know, if he has this attitude and this philosophy and this theatricality about him, surely he would have a partner who has the same kind of inclinations. So when he was with Elektra, that's why he feels so free, is because he can actually be himself with Elektra. It's not like he just drifts into the dark side. It's that, like, that is his real side, is that side. Do you know what I mean? But you know, I would have pulled it more in that
I
direction.
thought they'd done that. What, like he has that line, and
again, I'm picking, but like I fucking love that show. But I'm just
like the scene in the mansion where she captures the guy and she's like, kill him, and he doesn't, but he doesn't feel, and that's why he's able to go back to Karen. You know, he's like, Karen's like the second choice, and it kind of feels a bit cruel in a way.
Yeah.
But that's his sort of, oh no, you're not the release I thought you were.
But you see that they have a scene where they represent that in season 2. It's the scene where they go to the lecturer's house, the apartment in the attic, and Daredevil has him up against the glass window, and he's asking a question. He's just laying into the glass, and he throws him on the ground. I don't know if it was meant to be, but this is kind of what I took from it. But when he's smashing the glass, you know what I mean? You can see him really getting into it, and he's trying to really intimidate this guy. And he throws him on the ground, and the lecturer starts asking questions, and he's answering lecturer's questions. And while that's happening, the glass in front of him is slowly starting to fracture more and more. And you know, we can sense obviously just as he's just standing there watching it fracture, and then he just tips his hand off and it smashes down. You know, and that I don't know if that was
killing millions of people.
But I don't know if that was some kind of like representation. Like, no, that's the point where I've gone too far. I'm not being the Daredevil I'm supposed to be. I'm drifting into this side that. This natural side that Elektra brings out in me, that she has, that it's the passion for the hunt and the kill, nearly. Do you know what I mean? But I like that aspect of it more, and there was parts of it, but yeah, I like that. Like, but even in the old comics, Daredevil was when he's like Daredevil just gets women, like that's the main kind of crutch of his character. And even when he's Daredevil, like he's always.
As soon as you said the hunt there, all I can think of now is Michael Keaton playing Kraven in the new Spider-Man.
It needs to be a little bigger. I can't see him with that moustache. Could you see him with the moustache?
Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Sorry, go on. You were saying.
But that's the kind of like direction I go for. I like that aspect of Daredevil. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, Daredevil's character is entrenched in that stereotype of that kind of down and out Irishman who's, do you know what I mean? Like, it's really heavily Irish kind of Catholic vibe to it, but to me, like, I always enjoyed that part of the character. Like, it's that, you know, he has his weaknesses, you know what I mean? Like, he has that weakness for women, he has that weakness for excess and violence in a lot of ways. But
someone who had no problem with the violence was the Punisher.
Oh man, best ever, wasn't it? Insane.
Well,
he had problems.
Was he the best? Tom Jane?
Tom Jane did okay for the look, but the movie tried to pull from sources and that didn't in keep with the story that they were trying to tell. The stories they tried to pull from were the Garth Ennis run, Welcome Back Frank,
Kitchen Irish,
and Kitchen Irish, all that as well, and it's very excessive violence. Do you know what I mean?
I was taking the piss. He's absolutely the best. Like,
it's not, but like the Tom Jane isn't it? It's an interesting one anyway. But they tried to work, like, the director, as far as I could tell, right, tried to work in the Garth Ennis stuff. He tried to work in a western, right, and he tried to work in a thriller, like a psychological thriller. Do you know what I mean? Into 3 movies at once. And the Punisher you can't make claims that it's westernish.
In Florida as well.
Yeah,
it's fucking
really
bizarre.
weird. Yeah, it's really strange, but. And
like, for someone who's so entrenched in that, like, the Punisher is every bit as New York as fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's true. It didn't really work at all, did it? But they pulled roots on the. I
like Warzone just because it's fucking mental. Like, they make, like, Dominic West was cast as Jigsaw, and I thought this is gonna be brilliant, and he just absolutely played it like a lunatic. He played it like Lex Luthor, like Jesse Eisenberg played that.
Yeah, just
mental in a completely different film. Like, I like the ridiculously of it, but it was I forgot the best one.
What?
Dolph Lundgren.
I've watched bits and pieces of it here and there.
I like that film.
I can't. There's no skull on the chest. It's not the Punisher. It's an enforcer of some kind. I don't know what it is, but
it's so 80s.
I'm a purist. I need that skull. I love that skull. They work so well. Sure,
as you say that with a massive Punisher tattoo on your arm of the skull.
I love that skull. I think it's a great, and all the designs about all through time, like, you know, when you watch it, like, I think they're great. I don't know, there's something about that really works well.
Do you reckon the Punisher skull has really a Nightcrawler t-shirt underneath that he secretly tried to cover?
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Just for context, James had a Nightcrawler tattoo that he covered up with the Punisher logo.
Yeah, I like the Punisher logo.
You still see Nightcrawler though.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Sure you can.
I love that skull. But yeah, no, it was really tight. It was great. I loved I love Bernthal. I think he's phenomenal as a character. There's so many good scenes in that.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many quiet scenes in that.
I think it suffers from the same thing a lot of the Marvel stuff does, where the villain wasn't great.
In
like
Daredevil?
The villain was one he'd already beaten in the first season. He was kind of revealed as the big bad. Yeah. You're like, I've seen you already. You're not much of a threat. Like, do you think they know what the fuck is in that hole?
No.
Like, the writers, do you think they've got, like... It just feels like I don't... Like, they'd be dropping little hints or something, but I still think they've like, we would just dig a fucking hole and we'll figure it out later. Like we've got a literal plot hole that we need to fill up. Like,
I don't. Do you know? But you're taking it wrong. I don't think like the villain isn't Nobu, isn't the ninja that was from season 1. Like, it's the organization. I think is the threat. You know. But do you know? Fuck. I Daredevil. I'd watch him fucking read the phone book or something.
I think Fisk knows who he is now.
From the scene in the
prison.
I only watched that recently again.
I said that to you. I said there's a bit in it where he punches him, where he kind of, you know, and that, like, it's a fucking great scene. Cause he's like, I could do a flip, I could do a backflip over here, do fucking whatever, but I can't because then he's gonna know. And he just kind of lets go for a second and hits him with a punch. And Fisk plays it fucking perfect. Vincent D'Onofrio just like, he just has this look in his eye, like, that shouldn't have been what came from you. And then he asks for the file straight after. So I think season 3, he's either going to know or he's going to get... I think that's where Karen will kind of confirm it. Yeah.
I think, you know, but for me, you need to do... if you're going to do the reveal of, you know, of who they are, the storyline that was established with, you know, the Karen page, I think that would work. I don't know, you know...
And they have hinted at it because they did say in the first... I think it was the first season where they kind of mentioned her past, and it was something to do with the... I think Wesley says it. Wesley has the file on it, and I think he says about her.
And she's getting to that stage. Yeah. She's getting mentally to that stage.
She's killed, and that has still to come out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
so if Fisk finds out about Wesley, that could be the kind of the leverage he has.
But I think the best way to do it, I would love to see, like, you know, from the Born Again story. Yeah. You know, you have that great stuff with Matt fighting Kingpin and
in jail.
But like but in the book, you know, when you have the degrade of Matt Murdock, then, you know, like the fall of him and when he comes back again. But that story is phenomenal. But to be honest, I just want to see the Kevin Smith Guardian Devil book into like a standalone. I don't need backstory. I don't need any continuity.
So you want Mysterio to fucking rock up at the end?
I don't care if he's in that green costume with the fishbowl.
I'd insist on it if he wasn't in a big pissed off.
I love it.
I don't have the affection for that book that you do.
You know, I don't know what it is. It's like, really well written. I love that. You know, I love Daredevil, right? And I love the art of Joe Quesada, who did the art for the book as well. But that story is this kind of like meandering tale of, you know, like it's like a detective story. You know what I mean, all the way through to the end. But it works so well. There's so like. Do you know they never use the radar sense? I don't think in that book at all. In Guardian Devil, like in every Guardian Devil, you think you're going to use the radar sense, but it's always the other senses. I have a problem with the radar sense as well. Like, for me, I don't know how. Like, it's really hard to do in movies and TV because, you know, in movies and TV you can only show it in a two-dimensional image. You know what I mean? So it's vision you see. You know what I mean? And it nearly kind of implies that Matt just has vision like a regular human being, but he just in shadow, sees weird, you know,
like the outlines. Contrast is slightly off. Like.
But it's like he doesn't use his eyes. Like, his eyes don't work that way. Like, he picks up a 360 degree surround kind of.
It's like a virtual reality sort of.
But he sees everything at once. It's not like he just sees in traditional vision of light, and he sees imprints of things, but a 360 degree bubble around him of that, you know, and it's really hard to do. But I would nearly try and stay away from it. I think they do a lot in Daredevil the movie. They really fucking dragged into it.
They did. It was like sonar. It was like a fucking radar.
I didn't like it. And
this one is like the world on fire sort of thing, which is it's good in a way that it's not just a case of, you know, fucking Evanescence plays and the rain hits and he's able to see everything perfectly.
God, they're so bad.
I listen to that soundtrack still.
Do you know what? I after we talked about it a little while ago, and I remember really, I fucking love that soundtrack. But I downloaded it again recently, and I was like, there's maybe 3 songs that I deleted everything about.
Every little matter with their own man go. Nickelback and all.
Nickelback. How are they getting so? They haven't gotten contract, weren't they? They were on the
Spider-Man song. Remember, I used to fucking love that Spider-Man song as well.
Yeah, it was a good song. I can't believe believe with Nickelback.
Nickelback really ingrained themselves into fucking pop culture, didn't they?
When did that stop? When did that concept of
Nickelback songs
in
even
Nickelback songs?
When did the concept of Nickelback first start to fall?
But with like that, they don't do that anymore. It's corny nearly to do that now, isn't it?
Ben and Will Smith kind of made a career out of it.
But nobody really does anymore.
It would have made Concussion a far better film if he had like a theme song.
Do you know what I think? Who was it? Who did Black Hole Sun? You know that song, Black Hole Sun?
Soundgarden.
I think Soundgarden did an official song for the Avengers, but they played it down. It wasn't released on any kind of.
Wasn't there some? Was it Green Day were supposed to do the soundtrack for Batman Begins or do songs tied into Batman Begins?
Oh yeah. Oh, I never would have thought.
Yeah, because I remember that around the time it was like, oh yeah, Green Day and Hans Zimmer are involved, and I was like, what? It's a fucking weird combination to have. Like,
Hans Zimmer can do no wrong though, can he?
And can't do no super films anymore.
Why?
He's retired.
Oh, is he? He's
retired from superhero films.
Oh, is he?
He said he's not doing anymore because apparently they all sound the same.
Oh, yeah. How many has he done now? Do you know?
462.
He's done a few, hasn't he?
He's kind of the go-to. Like I remember it was James Horner a few years ago after Titanic. He was like, "Yeah, do everything."
Yeah, I would have. He had a concert playing in.
Or Danny Elfman
as well.
Why do I hate Danny Elfman?
No, I don't know what he's too quirky. Do you know what I mean?
It's the Tim Burton thing.
Yeah.
It's the same reason I hate Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter now.
It has no longevity, you know what I mean? Like Hans Zimmer, when he does something, I feel like it's going to live forever, and everybody is going to copy his style for all their trailers forever. Do you know what I mean? Like things like that. But Danny Elfman, he's niche, you know, to that kind of quirky kind of aspect to it. But yeah, I don't know what we're going to play out.
So we fucking hate Danny Elfman. It's about as good a place as any to end the show.
Yeah, let's do it.
Unless you have any other business.
I don't know. Could we talk a little bit really quick on Game of Thrones for now? Do you want to do that?
We can, but I suffer from that thing where I do not know any of the characters' names despite having watched the whole thing.
I'm alright. I did a quiz recently. Came second last, but
the one character whose name I did know is now fucking dead. Hold the door.
Devastating. Do you know what? I didn't care about him 5 minutes before the episode started. But at the end of the series, I was really upset. Like a family member. Like I just got a phone call. You know,
I did not realise that he's doing a DJ set in town actually next week.
Fuck me. Do you know what? I support the shit out of Hodor and all his endeavours. Because apparently I love him.
Yeah, like I didn't realise there was such effect. Like that was every single person on Facebook and social media was like, you know, the memes about hold the door and breaking into tears. Like I didn't realise like I didn't care that much. Like if it was
devastating.
I could understand if it was Tyrion or something. Fair enough.
Do you know what?
Is it wrong that I was more upset with the wolf?
Yeah, I was really good. Do you know, I've seen those wolves being killed one after the other. I'm like really worried about these fucking wolves. You know,
and then, like during that whole scene, like, you know, those people dropping dead left and right. I was like, could not give a shit. And then the wolf went. I was like, oh, you fucking dicks.
It's only like 3.
There's a finite supply of dire wolves.
It's true, isn't it?
Like there's loads of giant fucking morons going around taking people out. Like only so many wolves.
I was really upset about that too. I remember thinking, I was like, me, there's not that many of those left.
That's just me though. Like if I'm walking and I see a person walking the dog, I'll say hello to the dog. And then if the person walking it looks at me, I'll just be like,
just you're like animatronic wolves now. You'll give the nod to 2 if you see one.
Yes, CGI wolves, animatronic wolves, not friendship.
Yeah. That's crazy. No, I was. Do you know what I think? It was really good writing in the way that for a character who had not got a huge arc or even character development, they managed to tie in his character development. Like you're given, it's so tragic that you're given like a small snippet of this character, but then, you know, in a small space of time, you're shown back that his origins and all his character in the background scenes of all these scenes all the way through ties right into his death. Like he was predestined this whole way to do this really big thing, but he's just such a small guy. It's a great way to give a small character a massive depth. You know what I mean? Like it's
like from such a one-dimensional character who was literally, you know, when you give it that sense of destiny, like his whole life was built into that moment to hold that door to save them. And you're just like,
you said that. Don't say hold the door again. I'm really upset for that.
I thought like just that one scene where he falls in the ground and he starts saying hold the door, and you're like,
This is Hodor's time to shine.
The whole thing it was like that fucking, it was like the Usual Suspects with the leg straight. It's like, holy shit, the whole thing's been tied together now. I thought it was absolutely brilliant how it was done.
Devastating. It was really good. How do you feel about Jon Snow being back?
Like,
do you care? After Hodor's death, I don't give a fuck.
But he's just like, he's been in no way affected. Like, I haven't read the books, so I don't know what, if there could be a big thing coming here that I'm not aware of.
Yeah.
But just from someone who's watching the show, like, there was no consequence to him coming back. Like, he hasn't changed in any way. Like, I thought they were going to do it like he comes back and he's kind of slightly fucked up, the way they done with the mountain, the way the mountain's this lunatic now. He just came back and he's exactly the same person.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they had to. I don't think they could have left that character out now, you know. But
I'm just glad there's so much Veneris in it now. Or Varys, the spider. He's my favourite character.
Varys is great, yeah.
Him and Tyrion.
Character. At the start, I had no real interest in him, but now, I think he's...
He has that Liv Schreiber thing where he can say anything and he makes it sound really deep and epic. Like,
yeah. I really like him as a character. Tyrion as well is great. And the two of them have a great kind of dynamic together too, don't they? They really, like, they're both as clever as each other, and I think it's good to see that with Terry. Tyrion's character is really sharp and witty, and he's always traditionally put against duller characters, you know what I mean, to make him seem more sharp and quick. But with Varys, they have that kind of bounce off each other, and I think that works really well as well, But Jim's my favourite character in that whole series.
I know exactly what you're going to say. I'm going to punch in the face.
I love him so much. I think he's great. You were going to say, go on, say it.
Ramsay.
Yeah. I love him. Do you know, I would fucking high five that lad.
I don't want to hate him as much as I hate, like, I broke a TV stand because of Joffrey. Like, I used to get up at the end of episodes and storm around the room, and he used to always be in town, and I was genuinely worried if I ever ran into him. It's the first time I've ever, like, I wasn't able to do...
Gleason, isn't it? Is it not Jackie Gleason?
Not Jackie Gleason, was the Honeymooners. Jack Gleason.
Oh, Jack Gleason. I know him as Jack.
One of these days, I'm going to put that Iron Throne straight to the moon. But I genuinely couldn't differentiate between him and his character. And if I ever saw him in town, I'm afraid I would have just swung for the little...
Do you know what it is? Why I think... Because they're basically, like, they're very similar in character, like, to who they are, like, but I think it is, like, because Ramsay was, like, a bastard... Yeah. And he's had to drag himself up as opposed to just this fucking, pretentious fuck, you know what I mean? Who's just always had gold and shit draped over him. I think I like Ramsay for that. He's earned his evilness. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's okay to say that, but...
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Self-made man, just like my hero Hitler. Low-level artist dragged himself all the way up.
Up by his bootstraps. I respect a man like that.
Great work ethic. Something really... You're sexist. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But no, I think that's why I like the character so much. You know, he does it like he's, you know, when he goes into these battles, he's able, you know, he's able to do the stuff. You know,
I just keep thinking Misfits when I see him.
Yeah. Do you know what? Right, I have an overall issue as well with Game of Thrones in that, like, Daredevil, right? Takes its time. Yeah, it's true as well.
Not enough Daredevil in Westeros.
But like Daredevil, like, it takes its time and it, you know, like, it earns everything it has, like, you know, the suit and all that kind of stuff. And then this end of the second season, he gets the stick. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're each horn. I think episode.
He gets a horn at the end of each season.
He has to earn every fucking thing he wears, like, you know. But
not Rise Gone, but okay.
It's but it's, you know, it's that kind of narrative, you know, it's that kind of the way it's laid out. Game of Thrones is EastEnders.
Whoa!
Hear me out. EastEnders, right, is the same format. It's a kind of soap opera drama, right? That characters just dive in and each of each other's stories and experience these tragedies, but you never see any kind of long-lasting effects of them much, really. Like Sansa has gone through.
But I'd argue that all came out of the Ned. Like, the Ned Stark death is kind of the catalyst for everything that's happened.
I'm not saying events don't fall in a kind of domino series. Do you know what I mean? Like, each effect contributes to the next effect. But because you have so many characters, like you would have in a soap opera drama, like, in all these different locations.
I know, I'm smiling because all I keep thinking is the fucking Queen Vic in the middle of fucking... Or what you want to know?
It's true, isn't it?
Leave my darling Johnny.
My son. But it's it's the soap opera drama, right? Now, it's easy to do because all you have to do is have sensational stuff happen. Do you know what I mean? True. And I'm not knocking it. It's a great series, and I watch it, all the time. But it's easier than I mean, how many characters do you really care about in Game of Thrones that if they died? Barely Hodor. Like,
wouldn't have said Hodor until last.
To me, to be honest, like the only character I think I would be like really kind of shocked if died would be like maybe Tyrion.
Daenerys.
Yeah, even still, I don't know. It would be a big effect in the series of how the series is going to play out. But
Daenerys.
Yeah,
but
Daenerys,
the
Targaryen,
Dragon Lady,
Mother of Dragons,
Sarah Connor.
You speak her name with respect. But it's the thing of like it's the cause and effect of of the events. Like there's two ways you care about characters. There's the character that you appreciate because of their personality and their kind of spirit or whatever, and then there's the way you appreciate their role in the series and the dynamic they have with other characters in the series. So and how they're going to affect the events that happen later on. And for me, you have a lot of characters that have the character trait of I care about how their role missing will affect the rest of the characters around them, but I don't really care about them personally if they die. So that would be the big kind of problem I'd have with that.
I was going to say Jor-El. Not Jor-El. What's his name?
Jorah Mormont.
Yeah.
Mormont. I think he's French. I made him French there. It's Mormont.
So Pepe Le Pew.
Friend zone, I call him.
Friend zone.
Friend zone. He's dedicated. Yeah. He's like
every time they show that stone thing in his hand, I can feel it in me fucking bones. It's not nice.
That's great. I like his character though. I think he's a good character, but yeah, they need to figure out. But some characters I feel like they're really struggling.
You didn't hit record on that.
Why?
Money just.
Still recording, we're good. But really, I really struggle with that show in some parts like that,
But you still watch Walking Dead?
Yep, because I'm stuck there now. Like I can't.
I'm so happy I got
it. It's the reason I never watched Gotham, because I know if I started it,
I know. Yeah,
they own me.
I was about to mock you for Walking Dead, and I remember I'm still watching Gotham.
Get out of there while you still can. Once I start doing,
it's just junkie. It's Batman junkiness.
What's her name? Jada Smith.
Oh my god.
Acting to the hilt.
She's back now.
She is in it. Yeah.
Died and it came back.
Oh man, I can't stand that. I can't watch a show called Gotham and not have Batman in it. What's the point? What is the point?
They're all going to be 50 by the time you get to
Why do the cops keep going to this kid for advice on murders?
Because he's very stoic and he's got a butler.
Can't stand it.
Gordon, you made a promise to me and I want you to keep that promise.
You're only going to make Batman with that kid and you keep going to him with problems. It's mad. Is he doing stuff now? Is he like?
Well, like he's interacted
now?
with everyone in it. Like him and Selena Kyle are like best mates, and like he's interacted with Nigma and Gord. Like the second he starts, is like, there's a vigilante. Well, that's going to be Bruce Wayne for the past 15 years. We've been helping him seek out revenge amongst the criminals of Gotham. Like the first thing you're going to say is, Bruce, what are you doing up there dressed as Batman? Like,
apparently, I've known him since he's like 3 years old. So when I see him in a batsuit, I'm like, it's like it looks like you in a batsuit. I'm like, Andy, what are you doing in a batsuit?
Come down from there, why are you dressed like Batman?
I don't
know. Bruce Wayne's in a batsuit up there. I don't know what's going on.
They went the wrong way with that show.
Yeah.
They went the wrong way. They should have done Gotham High, right? A cartoon where all the characters are in school and it's Batman in the school. That's the
Rick Moranis is the teacher.
Yeah. Occasionally, like an aged Hollywood celebrity will throw up for a cameo voice every now and then, and that'll be it. But it's
and they can't even do the flash, because if they flash forward 15 years, like Riddler's going to be 50.
That's the only thing they can do now.
But if they do that, everyone's like really old.
But it negates the whole point of the series too. You know what I mean? Like you can do it, but what was the point in doing this shit before? Yeah. This is what we want to see. Do you know what I mean? We have to sit through fucking 3 seasons.
And they keep putting like fucking Tank Girl was Joker this season for a while.
Oh yeah.
Like your man wasn't bad. Like it started off, season 2 started really well with the guy playing Joker. Season 2. The guy who was like the Joker, not Joker.
Because Joker is just a concept in this series. He's not a person.
No,
really, is he?
But this guy was like, he's like been set up to be Joker, and he was quite good. The first couple of episodes was really good, and then he died, and then just nothing. Now Laurie Petty from fucking Tank Girl showed up, and she had all the scars. So they're like, this guy is the kind of the manic Heath Ledger version. She's got the scars and the Joker. It's kind of like they're doing an amalgam of all the different Joker traits. Like I'm sure someone's gonna have fucking purple suits. And
are they gonna bring in a Joker? Is it gonna culminate into one guy?
And they've done that little tease like, oh, the Joker could be somebody that's in it already, and there was talk that maybe the guy who plays Penguin, because they're not doing the traditional kind of Oswald Cobblepot story, which they kind of done now because Pee Wee Herman showed up.
Yeah.
And he was, his biological dad, and he had the wealth and everything. So I don't think they're gonna turn him in Joker.
Basically,
I don't think they're gonna do it at all. It just seems like, the way when you used to do like Marvel TV shows, or like Marvel movies a few years ago, it was like you couldn't have people from the other ones talk. You had that one reference in Batman, it's like, oh, the circus is halfway to Metropolis, and you're like, holy shit, the Superman and Batman, like that.
They know each other.
That's kind of what this show feels like. It's like, oh,
do they make reference to other superheroes? No, you don't even make reference to their own.
I said Batman, I'd be happy enough. Like, it's like fucking Jeff Goldblum should be in the
Hot Girl. I'm gonna mention.
You do plan to have Batman in your Batman show?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's not. I really struggle with it. I watched a few episodes.
Every week I download it and I hit play on that fucking USB stick and I pray it hasn't worked, so I'm not getting up to watch it again.
Don't know. That's why I never get into it, because I can't sit through that anymore. I'm kind of done. But yeah, I don't know. Not Vikings. What was it? Walking Dead, though. Yeah, I'm really, really struggling with that. It's just the same thing. I liked the concept, though. I loved that. I said it years ago. I bought those books years ago. I remember I gave them to you and a few other people as well. Yeah. I was like, this is fucking great stuff. But
you fucking kept those issues if you goddamn millionaires now.
Oh, yeah. Stacks of those things. But it was really good. I liked it. And the problem is, I love the group dynamics of the books. That's what made it for me. And they did it for a while. And now, yeah, it doesn't really have the same effect on me anymore, But there's only so many places they can go into before they have to leave and go somewhere else. And I don't know what else you do with that show in the end. I don't know where you go with it. I don't know how you clean it all up, but we'll see how it goes. I'll keep watching because it's my nature.
Because I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's true.
Every week I watch that and I just think there's so much more I could be doing with my life. Yeah. This is an hour I could watch.
What other shows is there at the moment besides that?
Archer.
Haven't seen it in a little bit. I need to get back into Archer.
Archer's been really good this season.
I need to get back into it. That show is ridiculously good all the time. It's so good consistently. But yeah, I love that show. I need to get back into it again. Was there ever talks about a movie about that?
No.
No? It keeps it. It's that kind of Adult Swim thing. Isn't
it? I don't think you're going to get an audience for that.
Yeah, that's true. I really love it though, yeah. His voice is phenomenal.
It's and then when you see him in real life, you're like, it's kind
so weird, isn't it? I love it. There's no other cartoons like that. Is there any good cartoons like that, series-wise?
Nothing that I watched that I'd know off the top. Bob's Burgers I kind of started, but didn't really get into.
A few of them, no. Archer has that edginess to it, and the one-liners that will last forever. Do you know what I mean? He has so many slogans and catchphrases that just they work really well. Yeah, no, it's a good series too. Yes. How are we doing?
That's about 15 hours of podcast. Yeah. So I think that's about as good a time to wrap it up, which I've said 3 times already.
People need to sleep.
Yeah.
But next week, maybe, what have you got any ideas for next week? I'd like to talk about X-Men, if we can. And
I would have liked to talk about it this week, being topical and shit, but no, someone didn't see it.
I know. Well, we're not going to, these aren't live, so people don't know when we do these.
We just tell them. They're going to know when it comes out, an X-Men was out a week ago. They're like, we're at the time about X-Men.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm going to watch X-Men in the next few days, so we'll... maybe in the next few days catch up and do. Do you know what I'd like to do?
We'll do a retro review of fucking X-Men.
I'd like to fucking do X-Men from start to finish. Let's talk about the whole thing. No, I'd like to do we could do a big run on X-Men.
You can't watch one. You think you're gonna watch the fucking 6 of them?
I mean, I have them all stored. I have all those X-Men movies stored in my head.
Okay, right. Next week we're gonna be doing a retro review.
Yeah, let's go from start to finish.
Which I think the episode's going to begin with James apologising to... I was going to say to women.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Sorry, Dal.
Jesus Christ.
Is that alright? Sweetheart, this is more formal.
My co-host Pepe Le Pew sends his regards. Anyway, for the Jamm On the Following the Nerd, I'm Andy McCurl.
See you later, everybody.